Hey everybody, welcome back to Flat Broke Outdoors. It's going to be another beautiful day of setting up camp. Expecting a little rain tonight, I think. Well, that's what the weatherman says. So if you forecast for my area, you would probably be as close to right as they normally are. But anyway, so I don't know if you watched the last video, but we were dealing with some high winds and, it was real pain, no fire, no nothing. So I didn't think nothing of it, and I rarely ever watch the news. And my wife had mentioned something about a wildfire here in Arkansas. So I looked it up, and sure enough, it's quite a few counties away, but it was due to a controlled burn. If you've watched my last couple of videos, you've seen that I've camped super close to controlled burns. Well, this one got out of hand. So I don't know if they have it under control yet, but I do know it's not right here. So anyway, so I get here, and I find this spot, and I think, well, with this wind, I do have a bigger tarp under the seat of my truck that I've never even taken out of the plastic. So I thought I'll set that up for a windbreak. I was going to set it up similar to this one. I was just going to leave this one put away. So anyway, right over here to my left, if you see that camouflage tarp hanging there, I got it all set up, and I was just about to set the last guy line, and a gust of wind come through and ripped one of the eyes right out of it and blew it over there by them trees. I thought, well, I got to be done with this cheap stuff. I knew it was cheap when I bought it. I thought maybe at some point I'll cover my wood pile with it when I'm camping, something. I wasn't never going to use it for that, but I thought, well, it might work. So I just went ahead and tied it to that tree over there to maybe help cut a side wind or something. It ain't going to do any good. But anyway, it may do to cover my four-wheeler or something if I'm hunting, make it a little harder to see it. But anyway, so I quickly got this one out and got it put up. It's very windy, but I think we're still going to be able to have a fire because I got something in the P.O. box today. Hold on just a second. Don't move. Oh. What this unit is a pop-up fire pit from Fireside Outdoors. It says Live Life Fireside. Anyway, I don't know exactly how tall it is, but it's 2 feet by 2 feet square and comes up off the ground. And I think this particular box has a heat shield underneath the fire pit, so it's not even supposed to scorch the ground. So in a few minutes, I'm going to get this out of the box and get it set up, and we'll be able to see what that looks like. And hopefully, if I kind of get back out of the wind, kind of up in here, should be all right. I'm not burning anything that does a lot of popping. Like you're burning pine, that stuff pops like crazy. Pine and hedge and different things like that. But I'm not burning any wood like that. I'm gonna burn some oak and then some other stuff I have that I don't even know what is, but it is burnable, so we'll do that. Anyhow, I would let y'all watch me set it up, but I might do something wrong, and I don't want to give y'all any more ammunition than you already have to laugh at me. But anyway, hopefully that's gonna do us some good. It's got the bottom of it's made out of a heat-resistant mesh, so the fire's supposed to get all the oxygen it needs, but not let any ash fall to the ground. And then under that, about halfway down, is a heat shield. So, and it's not metal, it's made out of some type of fabric, some kind of heat-resistant cloth of some kind. So we'll check all that out. And I brought the off-road trailer this time. It's been sitting in my backyard just crying, wanting to get out and stretch its legs, so I brought it this time. We'll give the rooftop tent a break. But anyway, I'm going to put that together, finish setting up a few things, and then we'll think about what's for supper after that. I'm thinking I got enough stuff to make some pineapple chicken, kind of a stir-fry deal with rice. Anyway, it's nothing to write home about, but it'll keep us from starving to death. But I'll get back with y'all in just a little bit. All right, y'all, here it is. It wasn't hard to put together by any stretch. It does have the mesh bottom and the heat shield that I put in there separately, but it really takes less than a minute to put it together. The leg system expands like a easy up awning, and then these guys just, you got two of one length and two of another, so they kind of fit together like a puzzle. But it's very simple to put together. The instructions say it'll hold 125 pounds. I doubt I'll ever put that much wood in there, you know, because I'll be, every camping trip I'll have to empty it so I can load it back up. And it comes in a pretty snazzy carrying case with an adjustable strap that you can sling over your shoulder and go with it. I really, not much I can say about it right now other than it's super easy to put together. But give me a couple of camping trips and I'll be able to tell you a little more about it. But right now, I like it. And it'll keep me from having to deal with all these fire pits, and a lot of the places where I camp, they're just full. You know, a lot of times I end up having to shovel a lot of the ash out of it, haul it off out into the woods, because, you know, they didn't really say what to do with them when the fire pit's full. And I don't really want to be one of them people that ends up starting another fire pit and then another. There's one campsite I think that I filmed that when I showed up, there was 5 spots where people had built fires. You know, that's getting out of hand. You know, it's easier to get a shovel and, you know, move some of it. But anyway, I'm going to finish putting all this stuff together, get a few things straightened around here. We still got quite a long time before dark, so I'll get a few things done and we'll start us a fire in this bad boy and see how it works, and we'll try to keep the wind off of us. Anyway, I'll get back with y'all. Hey everybody, welcome back. I just wanted to bring y'all back and kind of bring you up to speed to where I currently am. I got the fire pit all sitting on ready, waiting on go. I think I'm gonna let it get a little closer to dark just to see if the wind calms down just a little. And in the meantime, while I was taking a break, I got some coffee brewed up in the old fire maple here. Let me dial that back some. Let's see, I'm gonna go ahead and press this right quick. I don't know if y'all are aware, but fire maple has a French press filter to go along with their X number of cooking systems, the X1, X2, and X3. So we'll just go and give that a shove. I would normally put the lid on it, but I'm gonna put it into my thermos after I press it, so we should still be in good shape. All right, we got that all pressed. Let me give me 1 second. I'm gonna take y'all around and show you inside my off-road trailer. I don't know if I've showed y'all that lately. If you're new to the channel, you've never seen it. It's basically a no build, but it's awful comfy. So y'all hang tight and I'll get right back with you. All right, everybody, here it is. There is my Alpacool refrigerator. It's both refrigerator and freezer. When you open it up, there's a little light in there that comes on. But anyway, that's kind of it. You can either do fridge, freezer, or all fridge or all freezer. But anyway, got a little shelf put up there. Got way in the back, I have a little nightstand with my iPad so I can watch movies. And underneath all those covers is 8 inches of memory foam. And then in this box, I just keep a few tools and stuff. And there's a EcoFlow Delta Mini underneath that bed that's running that refrigerator, and it runs my lights and that kind of stuff. But anyway, that's kind of it. Just want to bring you all up to speed on that, and I'll bring you back a little later when it's getting close to time to cook something. Hey everybody, welcome back. The wind finally eased up just enough where I felt comfortable building a fire. You know, as long as it ain't sparking one way or another, getting into these leaves. I tried to rake around pretty good, and nothing should fall through there. And the heat from the fire shouldn't get to the ground due to that heat blocking material underneath. So, but man, it was about 50 degrees when I came out here, and it wasn't bad. You really didn't need a jacket on, just a long sleeve shirt. And I was sitting in here just watching a YouTube video, and that wind was cutting through me. And I thought, well, I'll just, hang my poncho up there to cut that wind, and that worked really good. This is from One Wind, and I haven't had an opportunity to do a review on it because it hasn't rained since I got it, but it also doubles as a shelter. Not a real big shelter, but big enough. If you set it up properly, you can get under it and stay out of the rain and sleep fine. But boy, it sure worked good for a wind block. I was about to freeze up and bust, I think. And I don't think it's real cold. It's just the wind is, it was getting to me. But I thought, man, if that wind slacks up just a little, I'm going to build a fire. And it did, and I did. So much more comfortable now, for sure. The fire feels good. I haven't felt the need to start cooking yet, but I'm just not hungry yet. It might be darker before I get hungry. I don't know. I can't remember when I ate lunch, but it doesn't seem like that long ago, but it probably was. But anyway, I got my wood stowed right here. Hopefully it won't get too wet if it rains. I could scoot it back a little bit. They're calling for rain, and it probably will since I'm camping. But if I'd have stayed home, it probably wouldn't have rained a drop. I'm going to sit around this fire for a while. It's 5 o'clock straight up and down. So we got, 45 minutes of daylight, maybe an hour left. I can't tell about the sunset because it's too cloudy. Well, the way it's clouding up, I figure it's going to rain, but it ain't no bother. If let that fire burn down good, where the flames ain't getting too crazy, I can ease it back this way some, but I don't really want to take a chance on burning up my tarp. That thing is good as gold to me. I promise I will. If this one ever gets so bad I can't use it, I will have another one for sure, even if I have to buy it myself. Because I think they would be a bargain at all day long for what they ask for them. They're like $120, $130 at the most, I think. And you can also get it in camouflage, if I remember correctly. But definitely worth their weight in gold for camping. It has been through some storms in the time that I've had it. I mean, some serious storms. And as long as where you stake out the guy line, as long as your stakes are in solid ground, the wind ain't going to do anything to it, I don't believe. Because I've been in some really high winds, some that were so high. I don't remember how far back it was, probably 10 or 15 videos ago, or maybe more, where it was storming so bad one morning. It was way before daylight, but it woke me up and it was shaking that trailer around, had me rocking back and forth. I thought, man, I don't know what to do now. I wasn't going to get out. I guess I was just going to ride it out till it turned it over. But I think that'd be a pretty rough ride. But anyway, I just want to let y'all know we've finally got a fire going in a new fire pit. And all is well. Seems to be going good. We're going to put this thing through its paces. I really like it. One of the best things about it is I don't have to squat down to deal with it. I can just scooch my chair up there or whatever. Because, every time I squat down, sometimes I wonder if I'm going to be able to get back up. You're getting old when your knee goes out more than you do. But anyway, I'm going to sit around this fire and sip what coffee I got left and think about making some chicken. So anyway, I'll get back with y'all in just a little bit. Hey everybody, welcome back. I thought it was time we better start cooking. I'm about to mess around starve to death out here. Guess I got pretty lucky. My little grill fits right across this fire pit, like I planned it that way. So what we got going on here tonight is we're gonna do some seasoned chicken with a little barbecue sauce and pineapple and rice. Probably doesn't sound good to you, but it will taste good, I promise. It can't make up its mind whether it wants to rain or just be super windy or what it's got going on. I don't know what the temperature has gotten down to, but it whatever it is, it's gotten down there pretty far. Yeah, it's been turned off real chilly. Glad I was finally able to get this fire going. A little salt and pepper on that chicken. All right, kids, I'm gonna hang out here and mind my own business and cook this chicken, get it right. And then we'll add the rest of the seasons and the pineapple and rice will be the last thing to go in. But I'll bring y'all back before we finish up. I'm not quite sure what went on there. Camera shut off and it started playing video with some description. I ain't sure what it was. I'm gonna get this rice in here. It is quite chilly out here, so this rice gonna have to cook a spell. Luckily, there's a little pineapple juice in there because I think this rice was invented for the microwave, and if you don't microwave it, it turns out a little dry if you don't put a little water in it or some kind of juice in there with it. But I think we're in pretty good shape now. So we'll let that cook a minute, and I will bring y'all back when everything's done. All right, y'all, it is about time to get this off the fire. It is right as rain. So I am going to pull that off the fire and get me a little something to eat. And then I'm going to sit around this fire till it burns down good and safe. And then I think I am going to call it a night and watch a movie. I will see y'all for breakfast in the morning. Good morning, everybody. It's a little after 6. And I believe we had some all kind of weather last night. I don't know if it was freezing rain or hail or what it was, but there was quite a bit of ice built up on the back of the tarp when I got out the trailer this morning. It woke me up a couple times pounding on the top, but I couldn't tell if it was just real heavy rain or if it was producing some kind of ice. But at any rate, it's a little warmer now than it was when I went to bed. So once that front got through, it must have warmed up a little bit. But it did make me not get in a hurry to want to get out and build this fire this morning because I knew everything was going to be wet. But it didn't really slow me down too much. I mean, the wood was slow to catch on, but just because everything must have been blowing in like this, it's got my wood pretty wet. But
It wasn't the biggest struggle I've ever had. It's supposed to be sunny today. I can't, don't quote me on that, but hopefully it is because I want to try to dry all this stuff out before I pack it up. I got something to do tonight, and then another something to do tomorrow night, and I'm not quite sure what my schedule is after that. But I know it's going to be a few days before I can get back out camping. So I really don't want to pack any of this stuff up wet if I can help it. I'm not in a huge hurry to get home today, so that's why I don't have breakfast going or anything like that. We're just going to take it easy as we can today. And I didn't last long after I said I was going to lay down and watch a movie. It didn't really work like that. I went in there and laid down and let that movie watch me for a couple of hours. Then I had to get up and use the bathroom, and then laid back down, turned the movie back on, and let it watch me again till about 4. And I got up and used the bathroom again, and then after that, I just went ahead and stayed up and started dealing with this. There's always a always a way to get a fire going if you got time. I suppose if you were wet and cold and all that, it'd make it a lot more difficult. But I wasn't really any of that. I wasn't cold. I got straight up and put my insulated pants on, so I wasn't sitting around here shivering like I was yesterday. I think it's supposed to be up in the 50s again today here also, so it'll be real comfortable once that sun gets up. But anyway, I just wanted to bring y'all up to speed on what I had going on. Probably once it gets a little more daylight, I'll get breakfast going. I don't even have coffee on the stove yet. I'm about to get up and put some coffee on and then enjoy this fire for a little while. And then I'll get to some breakfast. We've got I'm not quite sure what we'll cook for breakfast. We got some bacon, we got spam, we got roast beef hash, we've got some potatoes, got eggs. So we got a whole lot of stuff we could cook. I doubt we're going to cook all of it, but we're going to cook some of it. Anyway, I'll get back with y'all in just a little bit. Hey everybody, welcome back. Got my spam in here keeping warm. Got my little pile of hash over there to the side. I'm gonna crack a few eggs in here. Let them get to cooking. Set that there for now. Yes, sir. This is gonna make for a fine breakfast. There we go. Yeah, we'll let these eggs cook up good. It'll be time to eat around these parts. It's finally starting to warm up just a little bit around here. I thought it was gonna be an extra cool morning this morning, for longer than I wanted it to be. Once I get this breakfast cooked up and taken care of, I got to start thinking about packing all this stuff up. I was hoping the sun was going to come out and kind of dry my tarp and stuff, but I don't know if it will or not. It's been a pretty fun trip. At least the wind finally stopped. It ain't so windy now. Now that I need the wind to dry out my tarps and stuff, ain't no wind to be seen. But if I was just trying to be out here enjoying myself, it'd be windy as all get out. I promise you. That's just the way it is. I ain't too sure about that ice that came on last night. I wasn't expecting that. I looked at the radar before I went to bed.
I saw a little blue on the screen, but it was all, looked like it was going to be north of me a good amount, but apparently it wasn't all north of me a good amount. I done let my coals burn down pretty good, so it's going to take a minute to get these eggs right, but it's coming along pretty good. I ain't going to make y'all suffer through it, though. I'm going to shut that thing off, and I'll get back to you when it's time to eat. Hey, y'all, welcome back. I think we've about got our Spam hash and eggs concoction all worked out here. Looking pretty good. Let me slide it down here off the heat a little bit. So, see about getting a little spooned up here. You know that Spam was the hot and spicy edition. I believe they just packed it in hot sauce, but we're gonna put a little different hot sauce on it. We got some Louisiana for garlic lovers here. Should be pretty good. We will soon find out. Stuff comes out a little quicker than I gave it credit for. All right, kids. Let's see what we got going on here. I guess that's about as fine a meal as we could ask for. It's pretty good. Yeah, that's all right. I was beginning to wonder if it was ever going to get done. My coals had started drifting on me. You know, I wanted to let the fire burn down until I had some good coals, because if you just try to cook with all that flame rolling through there, you're going to end up burning something if you ain't paying attention. But it cooked up very nicely. Let's get us another little bite here. I know I've had Spam on my channel a couple other times and on my Facebook page, and it's surprising the number of people that don't like Spam. But then again, there's a lot of people who do like Spam, so I think it's all right. I like to try the different flavors. You know, I can remember back when the only flavor of Spam was Spam flavored, but now there's who knows how many different kinds. So I kind of want to test them all at some point. Anyway, I have bored y'all long enough with my Spam shenanigans, so I'm gonna get off here and finish eating, get some things cleaned up. Then I gotta start thinking about packing all this stuff up and going home. This was just an overnighter, but you know, it's always hard for me to get motivated to pack the stuff back up that I just unpacked. That's why I generally like to stay at least 2 days, sometimes 3, but that is not what we're doing this time. So anyway, I'll get back with y'all in a little while. All right, y'all. It is time to wrap this thing up. I got everything packed up and ready for the road. I've sure enjoyed it. I hate that it was just one night, but we won't waste much time before we get back out here and do it again. Hopefully it'll warm up some. It was quite chilly this morning. Like I said before, breakfast was great. I have definitely taken my time getting everything packed up, but it's time to get to the house. So I will see y'all next time in the woods. I think she is aware that deer season went out yesterday. So not scared of me at all.